Hey, Professor Rusty, what's up, buddy? Welcome, new member.
Yeah.
Did you see your spot in that highlight reel video there, Rusty? Nice shop you have too. Nice, that overhead organization is cool. Yeah, I made a highlight reel yesterday. My most recent short. I think you're the second person featured in it, man. Has you kind of in the camera, then it shows your overhead storage that you built. So appreciate you being here because then I got a chance to tell you. Oh, it's way it looked organized to me. It looked pretty cool. And all your links are in there. So if somebody sees you on there, they have the link right there. It's not like some of the other ones I made erroneously where I didn't include the link. Yeah. So thanks to everybody for being here. This is Dad's Workshop. I am Calvin. Right now we're working on abstract curved formations here. I'm experimenting with wood bending. That's what this is. This is a kerf and steam bended piece of wood that I'm going to add to this this abstract piece that I'm making, kind of an end table piece. I've done a lot of functional stuff recently. I want to do some form-based stuff and just let my mind kind of go where it wants to go. Carrie is here. Welcome, Carrie, friend of the program. Good morning, Carrie. Carrie is waiting for her coffee to brew. Yeah, so we got to work on these. Those are all steam bended pieces of wood there. This is a kerf and steam bended here. So I'm working on this. I want this to kind of hold the whole structure up. So I'm going to be working on kerf cutting today with the handsaw and then throwing stuff in the bender. So I'm going to kerf cut some plywood and we're going to throw the plywood in the steamer. This is one kerf cut one. This is when it comes out. See the kerfs? Now you can see a little bit of compression there, right? But the bend holds. Now with normal kerf cutting, it goes almost all the way through, so you could actually bend it back. But I wanted to combine the two methods. We had a little compression here. I think you learn a little bit as the more you do this stuff, like anything, you know. What I want to do is cut this little piece of wood off this end here. Yeah, it is cool. That's actually what allows it to do that, you know. Doesn't want to hold tight. Excuse me for doing unsafe stuff, but I might have to because of the curvature here, and my saw doesn't want to bite through that. My chisels have all been re-edged, so now they're not sharp anymore. They need to be like honed. Maybe I can spend some time doing that. Let's do that. Let's sharpen chisels real quick, dude. It's about time. Let's do, this is 1,000 grit here. See that stuff, man? Oh, it's because of this pin here. I think I'm getting to the end of the useful days of this vise. Since I got a new batch of mineral spirits that'll help me get the schmutz out of these stones, I want to get some out of this 1,000 here. Carrie said, today I'm making a whole pot because I have an 8 a.m. appointment to get to, but sometimes I will just make a cup. Yeah, my 1 cup of coffee days I think are over. I think I require more than that. Let's get some of this mineral spirits in. Keep this kind of on hand because these stones that I use here, they got kind of gunked up with grapeseed oil. So now I have to kind of de-gunk them every time I use them. Then they work, then they get gunked up again. Then they work, and then they get gunked up again. So a lot of stuff, I was telling Miss Heather yesterday, a lot of stuff in the shop needs work. After the beds were built, put stress on a lot of tools, and yeah, chisel sharpening time. I gotta put some sharper edges on these things. I can't deal with dull chisels. Now remember, I re-edged these with the bench grinder, so right now they're nice and straight. But I was advised that maybe I allowed them to get up too hot when I ground them. Turn the metal to black. Let me show you what the guy's talking about. This is what he's talking about. So, a metal worker in the comment section. See how that turned black? That makes the metal brittle. I don't know anything about metal work. I'm a woodworker, you know. Metal has been out of my wheelhouse for sure. So I learned something from that. While you're grinding them down, you got to try to keep them cool. I love chisel time too. Carrie said she loves chisel time. I do too, Carrie. I love getting my chisels to where they're effective, you know, hand tools. Hey, do me a favor, y'all. Double tap that screen and like this video. Y'all are in here. If you could for me. I don't do this stuff for views. I actually need these chisels sharp for the next job I'm doing. Get a little cup of water over here so I have some water for the stone. As I said, we're waiting on Mims to make a how-to literally, which will be a super helpful. Now, Mims is sometimes a little polite with me, so he doesn't always tell me things maybe I should know. I don't know anything about metalwork. So when those things were turning black, I really need someone to tell me, hey, you know, these bad boys are not really supposed to turn that color. Thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna just keep it moving. I gotta grab some here. Let me grab some water from the rainwater catchment. So I got something for this stone real quick. Sometimes here at Dad's workshop, we like to start the morning a little bit slow. I don't yap too much. Y'all got something to say? Say it. I think this is members only chat today. No, probably not. Smoke, welcome. Smoke shop is welcome here. Good morning to Smoke and all the other automobile tech. I need a rag. I got my stropping leather, but I don't want to use the strop for this. Got something over here I can use, I'm sure. Oh, let's use a napkin. That's best. That's fine. I'll get the mess off of there. A lot of strop there. Like mostly metal. And my understanding is if the metal turns black, it's brittle, so it could break off, you know. Now I'm usually only going into wood. I don't know how that would happen with the metal going into wood, but I can see it still being a factor. Hopefully everybody saw my good morning post today. Try to greet you all in the morning and the evenings. Appreciate my members very much. Whoops, water getting on the table. See my little water cistern. Made that myself. Really proud of it. But not proud of the fact that I just spilled a bunch of water on the table. Got nothing but dusty towels on here. I'm about to be Professor Dusty out here. See, after it being sharpened a number of times, the bevels got offline, you know, started moving out of the place where they should be. And so they have to be re-edged so you have a straight chisel. You don't want to practice with a bad chisel. Wes, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Wes said, driving to work, listening. The thumb has been upped. Thank you. Wes does it. Member, friend of the program. Smoke said, drive careful. Professor Rusty said, cheers at Wes Does It and at Smoke Shop. I probably need to do some like diction exercises like an actor in the morning. The tip of the tongue, the teeth. Stuff like that. Like she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells for sure. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells for sure. Who sells seashells by the seashore? Sally sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells for sure. There we go. I'm warmed up. Now, if I tried to do that with the right proper pronunciation, it would probably go shisha by the seashore. Smoke may be able to help me with that. Whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot, we'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. Whether the weather is cold or whether the weather is hot, we'll weather the weather, whatever the weather, whether we like it or not. There we go. Go down to chat. We got in Heather said, hold on, I gotta read what Smoke said first. Smoke said, Schaller, shell, sheem, shells. That's Wes's comment. Smoke is the rain in Spain falls mainly on the plain. That is correct. I have heard that. The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain. I have heard that before. Smoke said LMAO. Let's beat me to it. Carrie said morning smoke and Wes. Smoke said puff coffee. That's what they call a poor man's speedball right there. Carrie Frasca said, I have my coffee and I'm enjoying your crazy banter. Thank you. Wes said, hey, Carrie. We love our members here. Thank y'all for being here and making me enjoy my morning. This is how I enjoy. I love everybody being here. It is not unlike the classroom. You know, I love the kids, man. I did love the kids. And y'all aren't kids, you're grown people. Don't get it twisted. I don't treat you all like I treated children. But I did enjoy seeing the kids every day. I'm not going back to it, but I did enjoy it. Here's one of the ones that got blackened from heat. I don't know if that metal workers would encourage me to go back and re-edge it, but I got my bevel straight, so kind of tough for me to go and cut this whole edge off when I got my bevel straight. I'll just risk it, you know. Took me a minute to get it like that, because I think one of my wheels on my bench grinder is actually not even. Very crude bench grinder grain too. The acorn is really good. Wes, shout out to Wes. The acorn is beautiful. You know, I only noticed it was cherry because of that red color, and I've been working. Cherry's one of my favorite woods to work with. So Wes has a similar taste in wood to me too. Like when he worked with chestnut early on, I noticed that. I have never seen anybody work with chestnut. I know people do, but I've never seen anybody work with it. Besides me, I'm always trying to tout how awesome chestnut is. And I see Wes working with it, and I'm like, wow, yeah, somebody else likes it, you know. And I know we're not the only ones. It's a beautiful wood. It's amazing wood. Tragic that it's gone. Get that rag and get some of the schmutz off of here. What we got up here? Smoke said, so the unboxing of a newly released product that has 0 reviews yet on Harbor Freight. My unboxing video will be the first. I once reviewed a propane heater and did the same thing. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Of course, when you finish that video, you should announce it here so we all can check it out. Carrie says she can't wait to see the review. Smoke said the heater is the most viewed video by far. Oh, Smoke said it is up. Okay. It is up. All right. Well, check that out. Let me get the other chisel. This one's pretty good on 1,000. I probably went over up to 1,000 on these ones here. That's why it seems like it's not doing a whole lot with these. I got to get them up to the polishing stage. I'm really picky now. A lot of stuff to do today in the shop. Probably more stuff than I will do in here today. I need to take, like Wes mentioned the other day, reducing the size of the male or the female portion of these molds. I'm going to do the male because I think that's the easier of the sides to reduce. That way the work pieces can fit inside. You can probably see if I showed you the mold, they don't fit particularly well right now. So that is something I want to do, but I also am still bending wood. So I have some pieces of plywood that I'm going to cut laterally with the handsaw and get those kerf cut. I'm going to try to come from both sides and then put those in the steamer and we'll steam and bend those. Dances with Aardvarks, welcome. Good morning to you. Get a little bit. Let me check my other chisels on this 1,000 real quick, and then I'll move on to the higher grit. Another chisel here that this one had a really bad edge on it. It's maybe the first one too that I tried to re-edge with the bench grinder. Basically, my chisels right now are like a set of chisels you get from a pawn shop because they've all been re-edged and I haven't sharpened them fully yet. So like they're just kind of beating up chisels at the moment. I sacrificed the sharpness to get the edges straight again. Yeah, it is. Smoke said sharpening is zen. I agree. Highway 69 Rustic Design said, good morning. I like the shop talk. I do too, man. I do too. We're big on shop talk here. Dances with Aardvark says, did you fix the vise? It looks worth fixing. A bit like the Stanley Fat Max ball vise, but on steroids. Yeah, it's work IQ vise. There's a lot of, I don't know if I can really fix it, man. It's like rivets that are broken. You know, I don't do riveting. These poles right here, they're just not moving in the vise. I don't even know that. I have the book down here somewhere. It's working right now. Every time I adjust it though, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, but welcome Highway 69 Rustic Designs. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, a lot of shop talk here. We talk all kinds of stuff like that. Sharpening tools, fabrications. All of my chisels that needed new edges got re-edged, I think. Even my small mortise chisels, which needed re-edging for a long time. Now the problem with these little ones is that the heat built up on the tip when they were against the bench grinder, right? And I didn't even see it that much, but they got almost molten hot. So it may have weakened the steel, possibly made it more brittle. It's possible. Of course, I'm dealing with wood. I'm not cold chiseling metal or rock or anything like that. So hopefully it's not so brittle that it can't handle wood. This particular one has a burr on the bottom. I can feel that sticking way down. Almost like what they talk about the Japanese curved chisels. I can feel it down below. Well, it was orange, I think. So yeah, molten hot, I believe. This one may not have been here with 1,000. Heather said, is there a way to tell by Ihi Diwa? I don't know what that is. By eye? I think. Well, then someone tell me what is the terminology for metal that's turned orange? Uh, it's not liquid. It's orange, right? The friction caused the heat to build up quickly, especially on this one because it's small. So there's only a small surface area for the heat to sink, or you need a larger area for the heat to dissipate. Is what I'm looking for. Red hot, is that really the term? Red hot then. Dances with Aardvark said, I think you can do a spark test with a grinder, but it does leave a mark. You're gonna have to describe what that is. Don't know what that is. I think this particular chisel needs a lot of work. When I did the new edge on this, I made it a little more blunt than the previous edge. Um, it wasn't as graduated, I guess is the word, or gradual. These actually, I don't think I did re-edge these, but the type of metal in what? Let's go back a second. So Dances with Aardvarks is talking about a spark test, and then um, Heather asked something about to determine the type of metal. Yeah, copper and steel are gonna melt at different temperatures. Copper is a lower temperature than steel. Oh, I already took them down, man. I took them down to blunt edges. Yeah, I took off all the entire edge till they were square on the end, as recommended by what's his name, the woodworker on that runs a live show on Friday. I forget his name. Took them all the way down. That's why some of them took too much heat. What I needed to do was do that over time with my oil mixture that I had, like vegetable oil mixture. I had to cool them. I needed to periodically cool them. I wasn't doing that, so that was a problem. Yeah. Yep, not a metal guy, man. I mean, it's good to know all that stuff, but I am only time it comes into practice with me is when I'm needing to re-edge my chisels. I guess it's probably all good to know though. I do notice with the metal workers I see like on TV on like Forged in Fire that they don't know shit about wood though, so it kind of goes both ways. You're taking wood and splitting it the wrong way down the grain. Interesting that they like to use burl so much too. Like one of the harder woods to work with. You're kindergarten and now you're trying to read at a 12th grade level all of a sudden. I would never do that with metal. Oxyacetylene will help you liquefy metal. Yeah, he's talking about acetylene torch. I wouldn't trust myself with one of those. Put my eye out with that thing. That's what I'd do. This is a mortise chisel. I don't know why this is on the rack. Like I did a good job sharpening these, so I think this is these. You want to just establish that you establish that angle by holding them firmly against it. There, it's much easier. I don't think I re-edged these. A mortise chisel is going to be sharp on the square edge as well. So where you see the square edge on the bottom, they're very sharp there too. And then there's a little micro bevel on the end. Yeah, no torches for me there, Smoke. Smoke said coffee got my fingers ahead of my fingers ahead of my brain. I know that feeling. I like to sharpen my mortise chisels with gloves on usually because they will cut me, and they have cut me real bad. Just handling them because the edges are, and when I use them, I put gloves on as well because the edges are so dangerous on them. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on this 1,000 grit stone anymore. I think I'm about ready to move up here. That doesn't seem flat. You don't want dust all over that. ASMR. I'm surprised. You know, Carrie, what time is it? Carrie is up early. Oh, that's right. She has that appointment at 8. That's why, Carrie. See, we woke you up so you get to your appointment on time. Just kidding. I know you were already up. I think my coffee's starting to kick in now. Smoke said he has to go do stuff. Your tab is open in the office. Kittens and Shunbeam will keep you company. Well, we appreciate the kittens. We like the kittens. We're big kitten fans here. All right, now there is a burr on the bottom, and I don't know if that came from that little unfortunate incident just a moment ago. This could have come from being dropped. I definitely see it right there. It's going now. So many times in my life I've gotten something, I worked hard for it, got it, and then messed it up before I could appreciate it. These chisels are probably one of those things. Like I probably did some damage to these before I now I know how to sharpen them. You know. There we go. That's much better. Y'all can see the strop in there. That. He's my best friend, letting us all know he's headed to the 11th grade. Oh my gosh, that guy is so cool. Where is he? I need to know him. Where is this guy? Where is he at? I need to. Where is he? I want to meet him. I want to meet him. His car is so loud. He must be so tough. With a car that loud, man, you have to be able to kick ass, you know? Or do you? People are so funny. The behaviors of people. Takes a long time. Some people never get to the point in their life where they like realize no one cares. But you know, so impressive, man. See, there you go, Craig. Welcome. Yeah, those loud car guys, they always like blow me away. I always like my tongue is out of my mouth. Like I'm just like, can I get your number? You know, I want to know you better. Hey, show a little skin for them. You know, maybe they'll give me a ride in their Honda Civic. Oh, that's right. I've ridden a lot of Honda Civics. Not a new experience. I haven't ridden in a loud, annoying Honda Civic, or maybe I have. Maybe I have ridden in a couple of those too. Oh, that's not unique either. Now is it? Glad to have Craig and Dances and Smoke. Wes is driving to work. Carrie is up in here. She's about to head to an appointment. And we had trying to see who else popped in. Just trying to give shout outs. Carrie, Heather. Professor Rusty was up in here to start out, new member. Have a quick break at work, says Craig. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on your break, Craig. That is appreciated. We're working on this polishing, but I got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I might even just keep the camera on in the shop today. It's not for views and numbers, just because I got a whole bunch of stuff to kind of document what I'm getting done today. Sounds like he's due for some flats. Yes. Um, interestingly, when I'm coming back from my run and he's coming down the street, he doesn't blare the thing. It's not loud, and he waves at me. It's very interesting. There's a guy near me with the super loud Subaru. He's in his 50s, but revs it like a teenager. Poor guy. Poor guy. Poor guy. Let's back it out a little bit here. Wow, I can't believe I've been on for 42 minutes. That's kind of surprising to me. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. What you see there, like, is buckskin. Kind of a cool shot, actually. You see my little mold there. I got that piece of wood to take out. This is what I'm working on. This little abstract piece here. Bending some wood. We're just playing around with it, man. Everything doesn't have to be serve a function all the time. We do a lot of fun. I just spent 6 months building something functional for someone who only minimally appreciated it. So we're going to do some non-functional stuff for a little bit. I think it's a stretch to say they minimally appreciated it, actually. That's 8,000. Let me do this 3,000 side too. Put some of this stuff on here and get the schmutz out so I can get these chisels real sharp. I got to work on my bandsaw too, but I don't have my socket set here. Like, I need to bring that guard down. I have not had a lot of success cleaning this 3,000 side of this. It has never gotten, like, I can't get the oils out of it. Weird, because I do better on the 8,000 section than the 3,000. I need a rag. Probably this one's too dirty, but use it. This is just one of my great grandfather's planes. It's a and I can't get the what was the problem with this one that I couldn't figure out? This has no maker's mark on it. No, it does. It's a Shelton plane here. If you're talking about this bad boy, and I sharpened the blade on it, but the little frog I think needs to be adjusted, and then the screw that controls the, what do you call this thing? This is only, like, there's no chip breaker on it, so it's a very basic construction plane. This is my great grandfather's too, a very similar plane right here, missing a knob, another Shelton plane, a little bit different. This is my great grandfather's too. Actually, a number of the tools in here are this block plane. So, yep, I have some heirloom tools in here. This marking gauge right here, very interesting marking gauge, handmade one. This was my great grandfather's too. Needs some restoration, I think. The thumb screw here is a little loose and like felt like it was breaking. I glued up something on here that was broken. Maybe the hand. It was the handle. The handle was snapped. Now it's meant to roll. I think he used this more as a compass, um, as a central compass. So like you had a central point here, but you can see all the different places where the thumb screw's been, you know. And this was his the way he made his houses and tables and everything that he built. Yep. A lot of tools in here. Some of these, all these block planes are my great grandfather's. He was an avid woodworker, and you know, built everything that they use. It was in the what do you call it, the pioneer days and stuff. My great grandparents, well, my biological great grandparents were born in the 1800s. So yeah, my grandmother was born in 1917. There's a little bit of gap in the generation there. I'm 43, so that gives you some perspective on that. Most folks my age, their grandfathers, if they were in war, it was Korea, right? But my grandfather was in D-Day, right? He was in World War II. He was born in 1917. If he was still alive, he would be almost 110 years old. Love Grandpa. Rest in peace. Died in 97. My grandmother, she lived to be 94. Uh, I have one living grandparent, and she is about to be 95. Yeah, it's an old marking gauge, man. Yeah. All right, let's get to doing. See if I can get something out of this 3000 side here with a tote. I never thought of a. Uh oh. Steam bending some wood. Carrie says she is going to get going, but I will be able to get back on when I return. We may still be on. We'll see. I might pull out the external mic for a little while I charge. Do a little bit of a marathon stream here so I can get some stuff done here. Everybody will keep me accountable. Where's my leather strap? I think I also got chisels. I got a couple pieces from him. Like I have his mallet is my great grandfather's mallet is just in too bad a condition to use. I left that one, but I do have a couple other of his tools, and I'm trying to think of the one that I use. Oh, I have his draw knife too. Yeah, Carrie, we love you. Be safe on the way to the doctors. Come back and see us. We appreciate you. Shout out member Carrie. Carrie has supported this channel in multiple ways. Do me a favor if you're in the house and double tap that screen, like this video. All right, that's that one. I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this grit with the big chisels. I don't think I'm going to use those for a while. I know it's kind of a little bit of little bit short-sighted, but I'm not gonna sit here and sharpen everything to every grit. Other stuff I would rather do. It's really dusty in here. Probably would help to get some of the dust out of here. I'll rehook my microphone up, get a little warm. Trying to warm up. Can y'all hear me? All right. Always a real pleasant thing when you have sharpened a chisel and forgot that you have it on your chisel rack and that it's freshly sharpened because you didn't use it on your last project. Then you use it on a workpiece and it's super sharp. It's always a pleasant feeling. And take that to the next grit level. Yes, like when you find a $20 bill in your pocket, you know? Thank you, past me. Thank me, past me. Past you just paid you $20. I'm afraid this one's gonna have to go back down to the most crude stone. I wonder if y'all can see that imperfection in the blade right there. It's like a little bit off right there in the top. Wait till my screen shows the same thing. Probably hard to see, but it's a little bit off. I wonder if you can see that. See, yep, you can kind of see it because I'm seeing that image now. Highway 69, these are Narex chisels from the Czech Republic. Good company. They do not pay me, but they are a good company. Quality material, quality tools. Mike is making stuff as well. Welcome, Mike. Hold on, if I didn't catch Mike coming in here. Okay, learned something. Is what Mike said. Good morning, Mike, by the way. So listen, I knew you would be live, so I looked, no notification. And when I tapped live, you guys didn't show up. I had to tap another live and scroll to find you. So they bury us. This is what YouTube does when people unlike and report us for stuff we don't do. I'm sure that's the reason that this is happening right now. Someone doesn't like me and they put my name in, the mud somehow. And so now they don't show me in the shorts feed. I can't even talk to YouTube about it. They'll just say, well, we're sorry, but we're sending notifications. We can't help if your people don't see them. Then through the whole thing. It's the reason we don't have any views right now. right? So thank you, Mike. That is correct. That is exactly what's going on. They're not sending notifications. I saw on my last video, like long form video, they literally sent like 8 notifications out. Video that was getting 12% click through rate, they showed to 44 people. They're not fair. There's no question that YouTube is not fair, or whatever they're doing is not right. But I can't complain about it, man. But appreciate you being here, finding your way here through the maze of BS, you know. But I can't even get riled up about it. It's nothing even to worry about. I'm not gonna sit here and chase views though. That's not never gonna happen. Thank you to my community for supporting me, because if it was up to YouTube, I would starve. They don't know how life and death this is for me, man. I think probably in the next 20 years or so, after being exploited for enough time, YouTube video people will make a union and tell YouTube they're going on strike, right? And say, we're not doing nothing for one penny for 1,000 views. Nobody's going on today for that. Nobody's going on and going to live stream on your platform for a penny for 1,000 views. And then you take 30% of everything that everybody gives you. It's highway robbery, man. No other way to characterize it. And since I'm already down in the basement right now, it don't matter if I say something about it. They've done this to me before. Look at my numbers in, oh, well, all of a sudden we got people. Look at my numbers in July. You know, I'm back to the numbers I ran when I first started YouTube. Like I was about to say a couple minutes ago, welcome to Dad's Workshop. This is the first day I ever live stream. That's why I have 8 people in here. But it happens to everybody, man. I don't want to be a complainer. I linked the live in my community. Let's see if they push it. Well, it looks like it's already doing better, man. It's already kicking the numbers up a little bit. Appreciate you. Thank you to my community. Like I said, without you all, YouTube would let me starve and send me snarky responses to my complaints. And I don't complain anymore. I don't do that. I learn better than to do that. If it was only as simple as optimizing my titles and making sure I had snazzy thumbnails. I think I did that last time. Remember I talked about that? I think I did that pretty well last time. Optimized my title, spent a lot of time doing that. Made a snazzy thumbnail. But welcome, everybody. Yeah, I depend on my community, so let me do this call to action real quick while I've got 10 people in here. I need everybody to make sure you double tap that screen like this video, but obviously subscribe. It's taken me a million years. Like it took me 1 week to gain 300 subscribers 2 weeks ago. Now that I'm in the YouTube doghouse, it takes me a week to get 30 subscribers. So subscribe, but also I need you to join, because that's how we can continue to do this. Reaching critical mass here, I need to build as many members as possible. Yesterday, Mike and Sunstep were generous enough to donate some memberships, and I just certainly appreciate that gesture, that effort. So those new members, like we had Rusty in here earlier, Mike, before you popped in. So Rusty came in. Appreciate that. Shout out Rusty. We did a little member shout out yesterday. Probably pretty early for some of those folks to pop in, so I understand that. But definitely, when they stop putting my live stream in the shorts feed, it hurts. When they stop showing it to my subscribers, it hurts. And usually, I gotta believe that that's a result of like stuff. Like it's not. It just doesn't come from nowhere. It's happened before, and then it takes me a month to pull myself out of it. And it's like internet gaslighting. It's like just a way to like get you to go crazy. They want to make you go crazy. What is happening? What's wrong? It's whatever. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, nah, that was a really good video when you found the treadmill because you were like a treadmill and you were like, let's go. I kind of wanted the soundbite in there too, to be honest. But I had to do that. I had to do that song. I've been wanting to use that song in a reel for so long. Got a big smile on your face, man. You know, that's the mic. I enjoy that video. When I see Mike smiling in that video, it's enjoyable for me. Like to see y'all smile and enjoy yourselves. Because it's cool when you cause a cozy conditioning. I don't know. I didn't mean to get into that. It's a good question. Dances with Aardvark said, you parting out the treadmill to make stuff, Mike? I will answer part of that for Mike, which is that Mike wants to build a lathe with that motor. Strong enough to build a lathe with it. So I know that's part of his plan. At least it was. So Mike, I'll let Mike elaborate on the rest of that. All right, one more grit on these. Resonating Art by Amy. Welcome. Hey. Right? Did I say that right? Resonating Art by Amy. Amy M. We are glad to have you, Amy M. We are doing art here today. Working on abstract piece here with bent cherry wood. So I'm going to take some, I've got some pieces in the bender right now. We're going to work on continuing to make non-functional pieces. I'm not going to sit here and make coffee cup holders and coasters and yeah, made a lot of functional stuff in my life. So now we're going to be making art. It's art time. Yeah, extra thanks to Mike, definitely. All right, now I'm on my 8,000 grit. I'm just going to do a couple passes with each of these. Hopefully these chisels are sharper now. After that, we went through several grits here today. This is the 8,000. This is polishing basically here. Oh yeah, I love that feeling. Y'all hear that? Resonating Art by Amy M said, hi there, Aardvarks. Mike said, okay, the post is getting pushed. Good. Mike said, Calvin makes incredible things, Amy. It's great. Thank you, Mike. Dances with Aardvark says, Days Cars has some great vids on using treadmill motors for lathe. Yeah, I think Mike is pretty studied on that kind of stuff, like the hacks. And I'll let Mike respond to that. Yeah, man. I think Mike was struggling with trying to find a spot for the lathe where it won't have to move because lathes are put into place. And if I'm correct, I might be confusing Mike with somebody else who told me they can't find a spot for the lathe where it will be static. It can't move around. It can't be on casters. Yeah, Mike said he's talking about me. Calvin just finished building an awesome bunk bed for his kiddos, showing how to turn construction lumber into fine things. Thank you, Mike. Yes, that is true. I did do that. We love to do stuff with cheap stuff and scrap stuff and stuff that's accessible to everybody, even in rural areas where you don't have access well, you may have access to a sawyer in your area, but you may not have the money for the sawyer, you know? may have to be your own sawyer pretty soon here. That's probably the direction we're going to go as well. I've been wanting to get a sawmill for years, at least 10 years. When I actually had a steady job, um, I'd been saving for it. You know, things happen. You get home, you become homeless. Various things happen, and you know, your money is better spent on food and lodging. So, all right, so did that one. Let me strop that. Strop. Craig said, Mike, mate. Resonating art with Amy M. By Amy M says 100% agree, Mr. Calvin. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Amy. Glad to have you here, by the way. Special shout out to all my members. Special thanks to all my members as well. I want to show some gratitude. Thanks for sticking with me through all of the stuff. And this is a call to action. If you like hanging out with us, we do a lot of members only chats here too. So it's not to exclude people. It's just to show my members that I appreciate them. And like, that's what pays the bills for me. So YouTube is my job. This is what I chose to do. I'm willing to go down with the ship. But you know, if you see me get stressed, it's because it's everything for me. So, you know, all in basically. Don't make sense to not tell you all that. All the chips are on the table now, man. All my retirements, everything, all the chips are on the table. It's either going to work for me or it's not. I'm either going to live or I'm going to die. I'm either going to pay my child support or I'm going to go to jail. It's just that simple, man. And I'm willing, I'm not going to, I was a working stiff from the time I was 15 till the time I was 41. I'm not going to go back to that. Not willingly. Nope. No, sir. Trying to get some of that blackness off of there, even though it's probably just all it did is kind of hide the problem that the metal might be brittle there. As I mentioned earlier, something that was pointed out to me by a metal person that the blackening of the chisel metal is not a good thing. Oh, nice, man. Craig is so great. He's stepped forward to offer my, this is what Mike said. Mike said, Craig is so great. He has stepped forward to offer my merch in the UK through his shop. Wow. Sweet. You don't have to send stuff overseas. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's nice. Mike said 100% legit. Heather, I am working out the power delivery system to use the linear actuators to rise the lathe out of the bench. Wow. Man, that sounds like five of the things that you just said are like higher level vocabulary than I know. I'm just kidding. No, but no, I'm not at the same time. I'm not. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's getting sharp again. I'm going to make my chisels sharp again. That's a definite. Craig said, yeah, hoping to help 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 few of my mates on here. Help a few of my mates on here, man. We appreciate you, man. That's good. Show that loyalty, man. Nothing wrong with that. That's what it's all about here. Community building. I try to tell people, man. It's just this is why these numbers don't even matter, really. I might get a little butthurt about these numbers, but the numbers on here, they can't stop my community from growing. My community is going to grow despite them burying me in the YouTube basement. Good luck. I'm going to keep growing my community, and they're going to keep trying to push me down in that basement. Oh, woo! No more negativity, though. Let me get on the two gigantic drumsticks for Craig's membership that we just got today. And I'm so happy to see you a member, Craig. Thank you so much. Let me do a really poor drum roll with huge sticks that I need to cut today. Now, if I had my little snare drum, I'd probably break the snare drum head open with these, but that's my traditional thing, is to do a drum roll, but I don't have any drumsticks in here right now. Thank you, Craig. Craig Posh, new member, new joiner, Dad's Workshop. Let's go. Membership, love it. Thank you. Appreciate all my members. Super happy about that, Craig. We are so happy to have you. Got to make another shout out. Throw Craig in there. By the way, I meant to put My Honey's Handmade in that last shout out. Whether he was a gift member or not, he's got tons of content. And for some reason, I caught myself yesterday after my slideshow was done. I looked, I said, oh my God, I left out My Honey's Handmade. And that was one of the ones I had on my list. I was like, he needs to be in this video. I looked yesterday, I finished. I said, I did not put My Honey's Handmade in there. Heather says, thank you. Heather appreciates it. And a woodshed by Dan. Hey, woodshed by Dan, another member. Got the drumstick hands. Yep. We do drum rolls here. We do drum rolls for memberships. Have I gone through all my chisels? I got distracted by that great news of having a new member today. Wonderful news. Wonderful news. Also, other people on here who have memberships available and want to encourage you to join your favorite channel. I am definitely a member of a couple of channels, including Mike's. And I know Wes is in the car on the way to work. I am a member of Wes's as well. I'm ready to do some stuff with these chisels now, guys. Maybe just a little, man. These are pretty good. I think do this one with a couple passes here. 1, 2. Thank you, Craig. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you. Esteban, welcome. Welcome to the YouTube basement where they hide all their best live streams. Mike is making stuff. Have a good one. Big ups, Craig. Did Mike have to roll out? I didn't see it. Probably got to go to work, right? Craig had to roll out. Okay, I see. I see. Appreciate you, Craig. Yeah, man. New member, Craig. Big shout out to Craig. All right, let's pull some of this. I'm going to take the stone out of here. Get rid of sharpening stuff. Put the sharpening stuff aside. Got stuff here. This right here was a piece of kerf and steam bended wood that I pulled out of the mold last night. We're gonna do some hand cutting for kerf bending, but first, let's move the camera over. Actually, first, let me take a little quick water break here. I'm gonna be on for a little longer today. I'm gonna get a charger and I'll set myself up to just kind of live stream there on here. Alrighty. Oh yeah, can't do what I did before. And I gotta turn the whole thing here. My mic back on. See my chisel rack kind of empty out there, right? Sorry. There. Now microphone back on. Oh. That's one of those deals. You get something out of everything. This one, I like how it came out. Look at how the kerf like actually bent back together. So this is kerf and steam bended here. Making art, making art. Dips when someone hits the chair. I dip a lot, man. That's what it's been. It's been just lots of dipping and trying to make sense of it. It doesn't even follow logical pattern. So first thing let me do is take some of these strips that I'm going to put in the bender here. These thin little strips, I don't think they need to be kerf bent, but I want to cut off these ugly ends on them. I might sandwich a bunch of them together here. Just little things that have to be done before the maybe it just needs grease in there. Those pegs are just funny. Like this one has a little gasket on it. The other one doesn't. The varying widths of these don't bother me so much as like I got to get these ends cleaned up. We're gonna use hand saws for everything today. Okay? Like that sound? Oh, look at that. It even has a little 360-degree twisty. That's what I want to do. I want to have multiple ways to bend, right? Sweet. The bending thing is like super exciting to me, the whole prospect of it. Back the camera on a little bit. Well, okay, I got what's looking like a different angle here. See, there's a talk about ammonia. Smoke. Let me see here. Dudes, I forgot you were in the office and you scared the smoke out of me. Yes, I did use vinegar. I still have some vinegar in the bender today too. Just trying to make sure I stay up with the chat here. All right, those two are squared up. That's fine for those. I just want to take off the thin ends on these so that they're clean. I know what I'm working with. Sticks, bunch of sticks, building stuff with sticks. Everybody okay? Oh yeah, I'm just coming up to read you some questions. Okay.
Dances was curious if you did the cherry, how well it bent.
All right, so this is cherry here. This is also kerf and steam bent though. And you can see that took a 360-degree kind of a turn. Oh yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. I'm just gonna show this next.
Well, yeah, those didn't come out great. So.
Oh yeah, but you still bent. That's a huge piece of wood to bend.
Yeah, this is an inch thick, so we didn't have a jig for this, so we bent it as much as possible. It took some tension breaking and some compression on the other piece. The compression broke, so it creased on the inside. I think what I need to do, and I can tell you what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna build a form out of old drawer stock, 3 or 4 drawer stocks thick, that has a cylinder cut, half a cylinder cut out of one side, and then the negative on the other, and then put these into that and vice that closed, right? So it has tension over the back and front, stopping the tension breaking and the compression from breaking. So we had this on the bench. We were just bending it as hard as we could.
But it's one that you bent that's really thick.
Yeah, and it was a sapling. I mean, basically it got a cane bend or like a track on a, like on a sled or whatever. You can't see the sled from here, but it would be perfect for like if you were in a tundra and you needed a sled runner. So we got some bend out of it. It's all a learning experience.
Dan was asking, he was wondering if you could bend with ammonia and if it would bend potentially change the color. And he said, yeah, oak fuming turns the oak chocolate brown. And I said, I was wrong.
Yeah, so probably ammonia or any sort of chemical like that would bring the tannins out. And oak has a lot of tannins in it. So I think the vinegar brought blacks out in that oak even. These little sticks I'm going to use, I mean, same thing. I want to have multiple angles on here. What I'm going to try to do is join these a little bit and then trim the bottom so that we have a unified base where you don't have all these things sticking everywhere. But I'm not going to limit myself here. I want to have freedom of being able to kind of build this however,
Mike Langland said hi.
Mike, welcome. Woodshed by Dan. Let's see, I see him in the house down there. Julio said hello from North Carolina. What are we working on here? Well, Julio, hello from North Carolina. We are in North Carolina as well. What we're working on here is bent wood art, okay? We're steam bending wood right now and kerf bending wood. So what you see here is a number of pieces of steam bent cherry and then some kerf and steam bent cherry that I'm going to use as the base, right? And we're going to do some more of that today. I have a bunch of little strips that are going to go into the bender. I didn't start the bender yet. I'm going to do it in real time. So stick around, hang out, maybe join the channel. I don't know. Consider it. Can't ask, and you can't receive if you don't ask, We did get a new member, Craig. Shout out Craig, wherever you're at. Craig had to leave, but
we've got snipping to do.
Yes. Now I don't normally secure my workpiece with my hand, but with these thin strips, they want to move a lot. These ones are fine. It's the one in here that's not. So all these little strips I'm going to put into the bender so that I can manipulate them. I don't want those jagged ends on them. Well, let's go back a second. Mike said, hell, if I can just clear the code and get it to shut up, good enough sometimes. Is that the motor? Smoke. I went that way because that's what the guy at the shop is going to use, but the app is apping. I don't know. Woodshed by Dan said, gotta go, y'all. See everyone later. Woodshed by Dan, thanks for being here, man. Shout out Woodshed by Dan, loyal member. Appreciate Woodshed. Now he's a bus driver. He's got to drive either kids or adults. He never told me whether it's kids or adults. Somebody's got to get driven around today, and he's the guy to do it. He's the guy to do it. I am still wondering about Mike Osborne. If anybody has heard from Mike Osborne, he lives in North Dakota. He's a kind of quiet guy. He's got diabetes. Worried about his health and safety, man. Like if I knew where he was, I'd probably call the cops and have him do a welfare check. I know he's got severe health issues, and I haven't seen him in a few days, actually in a week or so. And he was pretty um, uh, involved on my comments and in my live streams. It's not about me. I'm worried about his health. So if anybody hears or knows or sees Mike Osborne, let me know so I can put my own mind at ease about that. Mims, it's about okay. Appreciate you. All right, thanks. All right, so I got my little cherry stock, the kind of broke pieces I had. I'm gonna put all of these back in the bender, but I'm gonna do some more kerf cutting here and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know if he was in the Harbor Freight. More likely he was at home just scanning through live streams, you know. All right, I have turned on my steam bender. That's that thingy down there. Boom. So we're gonna see. It's gonna take about 15 minutes to get heated up. I'm gonna do some kerf cutting in the meantime. We're gonna put these in there. I think I got a couple pieces kind of sitting in there already. Yep. Actually, these should probably get soaked first. I'm gonna put those in a soak for a day before I put those in the steamer. We'll do the kerf stuff first. Let's get one of these long pieces out and start to cut little bits out of it. Both sides. Somebody brought up two-side kerf cutting. Wait, who got in the locked cabinet? Party continuing at Smoke's house. Shh. Yeah, one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get me a new one of these. This guy's been used for a long time. All right, this is not a uniform thickness at all. We're going to just cut somewhat, relatively even lines in it. I don't care about the thickness that much, though. I could fire up the planer too. Though I think I need another outlet for that because I got my cord running here to the steam bender right now. Probably should plane this on these sides here. This is plywood. It's not going to bend properly unless I cut it. What's going on here? 12 to 18 hours. And Smoke said, all right, I got to get stuff done. Lurk mode reactivate. Well, if he's been there recently from, this is a different combo. I'm about to call this local. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Heather wants to find him too. We were both worried about Mike Osborne. And then Smoke said, enjoy the next 12 to 18 hours. Oh, no, what happened? Steenbender, that's right, man. What does that sound? I don't sound right. What is that? Weird. Got my attention. All right. Kerf bending. Kerf bending. Like what it shows me here is like not the same angle as what I'm looking at. But all right. Coming back from Frozen. Is that where we're at?
We were making, I was making better when we got into the block cabinet. But Mike also said, I think this week's CTP is something around the funny situation, making gifts with family members, and for that family member during the holidays after someone through poop shooting.
Oh, like making gifts for family members?
Yeah, and you're making gifts for, it's a mix of, yes, exactly, I said it. I hope your face is in the shot.
Love them. Yeah. I could be a goldsmith, and if I made a gift for my family, they would not care. You know? Shout out, Mom, if you're watching this. You're not. I don't need to worry about that. You know, I'd cut this the wrong way because I'm stupid. It needs to be cut like this. I mean, I guess it could be bent like this probably, but that would be odd, wouldn't it? Like that. We can try that. Well, I mean, with plywood, probably not a big difference because all the grain directions are going different ways anyway. So probably not a big difference, to be honest. But I should cut it like more through, like almost down to the bottom. And that one's not deep enough. What I should use, I think I got that little handsaw in the house. That little bitty pull saw. Probably go grab that. Yeah, I can go get it though. You don't have to. You're busy. So plywood has multiple different directions. You know, you got pulp basically. I don't know if y'all ever heard of OSL, oriented strand lumber. Really cool. Kind of behaves like regular wood, but it's basically particle board. The extended family is dissolving, and in my case, not sure how upset I am about it. Nah, man, I can tell you, a lot of my extended family and I mean, I tried really hard, dude, maybe too hard. I don't send Christmas cards. When I was married, we didn't either. Honestly, social media made Christmas cards obsolete. There's no need to like catch up on news when the news is right in front of people all the time. But we can all pretend, though. We can play pretend and say that it's basically just a way to show whether your family is keeping up with everything, right? Another way to alienate people who have a hard time with that kind of stuff. What if all of your kids didn't just graduate college and you got problems in your family? Kind of hard to make a happy Christmas card. Thank you. I'm a little soft.
Someone that goes, I guess, by number or hashtag.
Yeah, I see that.
It's asking about the spending and said, oh, kind of like wicker baskets. And Mike said, yes, but much more stout. And I said, it's very, very similar.
Yeah, I think with wicker baskets, though, the wicker, once it's soaked or the grapevine or whatever, it's going to play a lot more to your advantage. You can weave it in and out and in and out. Once you bend this into shape, you got 30 seconds to put this stuff in its position. Once it comes out of the bender, after that 30 seconds, you're done. That's why this is art, because you get a limited amount of time to place it.
And right? I didn't watch the steam bending stuff, but do they harp on that? Because that's something that I feel like we have to harp on, is just how quickly, once it's removed, that you need to be moving it because it cools
very quickly.
It's cool outside so rapidly.
That's right. Yeah, very, very quickly. It cools so quickly, and when it's cooler outside, it's going to be even tougher. That's true. I don't even want to do this in the summer, so I'm glad I did it in the fall. Like I want to have, I'm not going to be doing steam bending in the summer. But thank you for coming in, hashtag. And hope you hang out for a little bit. I see Smoke drop something in there. Smoke, go back to work, man. Stop being so lazy.
Just quick mention a car. And yes,
oh, mention a car?
Yeah. It's like the genie.
Man, I got this motor over here, man. I don't know what to do with it. I got this Jeep over here. I literally do have a Jeep over here, man. I don't even know. I don't know anything about it. I guess I better take the motor out and put it on a motor mount. Like get a, what do you call it, a motor lift out here and just put it up and just look at it and not know anything about it.
Yeah, he's on my way.
Mike Langland said, if you have already answered this, sorry to make you repeat it. What will that be when you are done? It's an abstract sculpture, man. I can make stuff out of it. Like we can make table legs and stuff, but right now it's going to be this. It's going to be a lamp, right? I'm going to build a lighting fixture with the large ones. These ones are going to have lighting installed with them. This one is just going to be a table decoration, but I'm not going to sell it, man. And I know I could sell it. I'm not worried about that. People like abstract art, so it's not a problem. Yeah, my Jeep, it went for a while, but at this moment, this is going to be a lighting fixture. So now, Langland, that's a fair question. I don't do everything utility. I just finished a bunk bed. Before that, what did I do? All I did was tables and bunk beds and utility items. You know, everything was functional, and I'm tired of that. This is my YouTube channel. I'm going to do some stuff that has no function at all. Especially at the reception I got after that last item was built. You ever heard that people don't appreciate stuff they get for free? You ever heard about that? Motivational speaker told me that once. He handed his book out to the audience and he came to me and he went to my row and he's like, hey, if any of y'all aren't going to read this book, you can just give it back to me. I've seen my book thrown in the trash before. I actually sell it on Amazon. So I know people don't appreciate what they get for free. I won't take it personally if you just give it back to me, right? So people don't appreciate things they get for free. They only appreciate things that have financial costs. And let me give you an example. Right now, exercise programs. I was doing YouTube fitness videos for a minute, but if you go on Instagram, you'll find these hucksters, and I will call them hucksters, that sell exercise programs, and they specifically say in the videos that if you don't have six figures, don't even click the button because you can't afford it. Why do you think they do that? Because it makes it look exclusive. You can buy yourself a body. What else way would you get it? Would you get it for free by going outside and exercising and controlling your diet? No. No, you got to buy it. You got to make more than six figures. You got to buy your fitness, right? People like it because then they invest their money in it, and it's like self-punishment. They're like, I'm out of shape. I'm gonna spend my money and my time. They say that, but they're not gonna spend their time. They're gonna spend their money and time on a fitness program, right? Get myself into shape. But they just spend their money and they don't go to it. And so these guys just collect checks, Not hard at all. Just collect checks. Get somebody on there. They want the real expensive people that think they can buy fitness. Like, you think you can buy fitness. Good luck. They'll put you on whatever those diabetic drugs are that make you lose weight now. Ozempic or something like that. Those are a way to buy your weight loss. It doesn't make you fit though. It doesn't help your heart really. I mean, other than you losing weight. That does help. But if you already have like issues, like say you've never been in good condition before, you might already have health conditions that you develop from being sedentary and obese. That's like, anyway, my point is people don't like things when they give it to them for free. Like, I could easily do a lot of the work that my folks have done at their place. Last time I went there, they had a job they were doing. They're like, no, we already paid a guy for it. Oh, that's interesting. I could have done that in a couple hours. Oh, I thought it was kind of a big job for you. Oh, yeah, not a big job. Like you mean the 7 months that I hand built a bed that has no pins, screws, nails, or fasteners in it for you? Like that one? Like as hard as that job? Or maybe all the joinery tables that you have around your house on display. I do sell them though. I make no mistake of it to my parents. Those are not gifts to them. Those are items being shown in their place, and they are for sale. Never again, guys. Never again. What's corny? It's funny. I'm seeing this. I was watching some dude do this on shorts, so full on slab straight from the mill. Yeah, you can do it, man. Especially if you got your jig set up. Yep. Won't see me doing that though. I got a slab over there. You won't see me bending that. It's just creating an empty spot in the, so you can do some of the bending like without having steam. But if I steam this also, it's going to create even more bend for me, you know? Pretty fun. We're going to keep going. Eco Woodcraft, Samantha Fitzgerald, Dances with Aardvark. Oh, yeah, Dance with Aardvark's already been here, but Samantha and Eco, welcome. Oh, I hear my steam bender starting to whir. Let me shut the end cap up. Bubbling. Bubbling. Y'all hear that? That means that steam is coming through. I've got one piece of kerf wood in there. Yay. Everybody knows I've been talking about this while I was building the bunk bed. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Definitely would like to build some legs for a slab table out of this though. Like I could probably kerf bend one of these, hide the kerfs with a glue substance with an adhesive, and then make a table leg. I got a piece of walnut over there I want to put legs on, but I don't want to use hairpin legs. I want to use my own fabricated legs. Heather, not much, nothing really on my channel, just a few about one of my pups. Maybe someday I will get the nerve like Mims and Dad here. But until that day comes, no point. So Mike's talking about his channel.
Did you see what hashtag said? I miss working at a mill near Fayetteville, NC, but I'm in Georgia now. Can't find much woodwork here.
Really?
Yeah, the thing. And Mike said, hashtag I was in West Texas. You find a tree around here, you better hug it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of trees down there. Well, I think it's also arid down there. It's arid plains. Yeah. Like what you would think of West Texas as being, you know, some dude whistling with dust and a tumbleweed. Shoop's. Good. Yeah, everybody's Shoop's Wood Shop. That's Heidi and Bill. We'll be going live tonight at 9:30 p.m. We appreciate that. We'll make sure we mark that on our tell your watch that, tell your phone that, set a reminder. Shoop's live.
We got CTP tomorrow night.
CTP, it is Thursday, so CTP is on tomorrow night with Mike.
Oh, and also about your process, hashtag said delayed gratification of signage.
About which comment was that about? Everything I do is delayed gratification. I was such an instant gratification kid too. I wanted to do everything right now. So everything I did with woodwork and learning that a project can take more than one day, that was really hard for me. And then imagine a project that takes you months and you have to leave it alone at the end of the day. You know, you have to leave it alone and come back to it and continue. But that's where the best projects are done, because you build on top of build on top of build, and you create a situation where you're like, wow, I have connected all of these different members here. And now I've built something really unique and substantial. Like I felt like both my joint bunk beds were like animals that were, you know, like I was in Frankenstein's lab, you know, and they were coming out of the literally out of the woodwork. I mean, because it was woodwork. Do I have a dog in here sniffling? Is there a dog in here? I hear a dog around here sniffling. Yep, there's one right there. Hey, dog, out. Out. Girl, get your butt out of there. I've got a girl in here eating some wood chips. Can you come get this girl? Come here, get out of there. Get out of there, girl, and stop eating that stuff. It's bad for you. What are you doing? So, I got a beagle in here. I heard a snifflies going on under my work. I was like, where is this? There's a dog in here. Mike Langford says, Shoops, you guys got a great channel. Yeah, love my Jeep, man. My Jeep was cool. 5.7 liter motor in that thing, Hemi in there. But I'll tell you exactly what happened to it, man. I wiped the cam lobe. That's exactly what happened. on the 7-cylinder. So I'm running. It was running on 7 cylinders. Now it's not running on anything, and there's varnish in the gas tank, so it's in trouble. But it actually ran on 7 cylinders. The exhaust lobe got wiped. I don't know how that happened. Probably pulling lobes and stuff like that. Yeah, well, it would be a rebuild, but some of the mechanics didn't want to touch it because there could be pieces of that cam, pieces of that lobe, exhaust lobe in the what they say, like in the fuel in the oil pan. You got to take your oil pan off like completely. There's potentially pieces of metal in there, so if you do a rebuild, those metal pieces could go back through the motor. I don't know. It just kind of happened all at once, I guess. Yeah, I had the 5.7. My truck, my Ford Ranger is a 4.0. That's a 1998. I'm gonna stick with those. I'm gonna stick with like old model everything now. I understand it. It understands me, right? I understand it. It understands me. Now, the best way to do this now, they say, to really get some action in this, some curvy action, is go back, do the other side, you know? So that's how much bend we get right now. And this is not the direction I was planning on bending. But what I'm going to do is now go back and alternate between those without trying to break this piece of wood into 2 parts. I need part of it to grab into the clamp too. I'm not going to do too much on this side. I'm going to do just a very little, because you got to think of how much support wood you have between. So I got to do this on a video this morning. How do you make wood like rubber? I don't know if I want it exactly like rubber though. I want it to have flex, but I want it to be able to hold steady in one place too. So may get glued up, but I don't mind trying the 2-sided. Oh, see, that's so little support wood, y'all. It may snap. It may snap, y'all. That's so. There's not much to that right there. But y'all see what's happening here? Really touch and go right here. There's like maybe like a millimeter of support wood right there. So be careful. Probably best if you have a jig for this. Well, we do everything by hand because I hate jigs. A kiln. All right. So hashtag. You say you're down in Georgia, right? We actually in the South here. We don't even need a kiln. It gets so hot. You can dry wood that would take 3 years to dry up north. We can dry that kind of wood in just a season here. So no, I don't have a kiln. I don't really dry wood at the moment. I haven't milled in a while. And when I did, it was with a chainsaw. I've never had a mill. But a kiln is a good idea. A solar kiln down here, you set up just a building and just have your lumber stacked in it and close it off and let you can use those plastic roofing material. In the summer, that heat will come in there. Just make sure you press your wood down and have stickers between it, because wood will bend and curve and cup and twist and all kinds of things when it starts drying. Also, some little tricks like using this chemical called pentacryl if you've got really valuable wood, you know. I was talking about pentacryl on, I think it was Delon's live stream a couple weeks ago. Y'all see? I feel a little snap though. Makes me nervous. Like right here, it wants to snap. I think it just needs basically just a tiny cut on the side. We're going to continue on with that. So I didn't read the rest of your comment. Completely sun powered. Yeah, so down here it gets so hot that we can actually dry wood too fast somewhat. You want to end, if you're drying whole logs, harvest them in the winter so that they have bark on them. Leave the bark on, seal the end with end grain sealer or with paint, and make sure that they are like, you try to control the temperature, like blow a fan in there, do something because it'll dry too fast and you'll start seeing these cracks, and I'll show you what they look like in a minute. I'm sure you probably have seen them. Deer season here. You hear gunshots. I'm going to leave the bottoms on these rigid, so I have one part of it that I can kind of mount into a circular framework. I'm just kind of going with it, guys. I'm just doing stuff and just going with it, you know. Let me make sure that I got something to charge my phone so I don't lose y'all. We have it going on a minute now. Up, down to 20%. Let me get me a charger up in here. We're going to do a little bit of a longer one today. The west side of Jacksonville. I know it is rough down there. That's no joke. It's towns like that don't get credit for being as rough as they are. Don't snap. Everything has to work. I'm showing people stuff on YouTube. It's supposed to work the first time. Right here, I think I need to take a little bit. Liking pushing wood to its absolute limit. Check out Dad's workshop. We'll do it 15 viewers at a time down here in the YouTube basement. All right, we're gonna put this in the bender, man. There are some real vulnerable areas on here, like right here where it wants to snap. It might break right there. You gotta make sure you leave support wood when you do this. Can't bend this way though, right? So let's put this in. Gotta go get my charger, yo. Go get my charger. All right, folks. I'm gonna grab my charger. I'm not gonna leave this live stream though. I will be right back. Gonna fill my drink up. Gonna grab my phone charger. We'll come right back. Whoops, dropped a little mic jack there. Be right back. Stay with me. Thanks.
Delayed, so I just got for you.
That's long enough.
Let me give you a cup. Oh, I don't know. I can give you that one. I forgot. That.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it. Normally, once you come inside, it dies.
Perfect. Thank you. Left my drink, but
You want me?
yeah. Thank you. Nope. Well, I own the energy stuff. Yeah. Hey, y'all. All right, I'm going to take my internal mic out for a little bit so that we can charge. It's going to be a little bit quiet, a little bit diffused for a little bit. Take my mic off. Turn my mic off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around. I'm gonna take another piece of that stock. We're gonna bend it. We're gonna cut it on the other side, though. If we have another piece of that stock. Oh, we do. I did find, though, if I'm telling y'all the little hacks and secrets, I did find that if you boil your cherry stock or whatever your hardwood stock is, kiln dried stock, that it will bend easier, even if it hasn't been soaked. A boil for an hour is better than soaking overnight, is what I discovered. Thanks. Probably best to actually evenly space these parts, but we're not going to do that. We're going to willy-nilly this thing. What we got going on in the chat? Yeah, Mike, you should be getting new subs. You be up in here all the time. Yeah, I have not seen the jig they use to measure the bend in archery bows. I do think that I could probably build a recurve bow pretty easily though, with what I just learned in a week, right? Like I had a piece of oak the other day that actually had a handle-like piece to it. Actually, one of the ones you saw before I bent it was absolutely perfect for a bow. But I would rather do that with like a mulberry. Mulberry has that spring to it. But yeah, so whoever Mike's new sub is, thank you for subbing to Mike, and definitely be here tomorrow for Mike's shooting the poop tomorrow evening. We're gonna have fun in there. We always do. Whoops. I'm gonna try to space these like a half a centimeter here. I should cut with my left hand. Practice cutting with my left hand. Do it enough, I should be able to get used to it. I'm only cutting down 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to come from the other side and do the same thing, I think, between those marks. You can definitely do this with a table saw, you can definitely do this with a bandsaw, but we're not going to use those on here. My bandsaw scare people off in the next 5 years. That terrible sound that it makes. Bruce, welcome. Bruce Stubstad. Welcome, Bruce. I somehow got out of my own live stream there. There we go. Bruce, welcome. Thanks for coming. Glad to have you. Glad to have you here. There. A little bit more. Cut that straight out. This is from that cabinet stock, the drawers that we took apart, dismantled the other day. That's what this is from. I want to build a lighting fixture like this tall with bent wood, and I will. Let's see. Hashtag says, my mom bought me a 3D printed dragon for my birthday last year. LMAO. Okay, that gives a little bit of an idea of how your age. I think you probably, hashtag, you probably wanted a 3D printer though, right? Rather than the 3D printed dragon. Heather said, hashtag, I bet the dragon was pretty lit though. Too far away, there it goes. I'm gonna err on the side of the more cuts, right? Less depth. It is pretty cool the way they printed it. It makes it change from black to red looking at it, kind of like a chameleon paint job, right? I think if I got into a 3D printer, I'd probably print out another 3D printer. I'm the type of guy that if they asked me when I was little, what would be your 3 wishes, my wish would be for more wishes. Yeah, Mike was talking about a metal lathe is the only tool that can reproduce itself. And I had to correct him on that the other day. I said actually a metal 3D printer can produce itself as well. Part by part, fabricate its own self. Mims. Oh, what happened, Mims? Let me go back up. Yeah, so Mike had a stroke. Spent since last April, be becoming left-handed. So Mike's stroke affected his dexterity with the right hand. So he's been forced to be left-handed since then. Doing 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what I'm doing now. I keep thinking like I have a mic on me. I need to speak up
You
because
need to talk a little about it.
yeah, so nobody can hear me. Sorry about that.
Norm's there.
Hey Norm, welcome back, man. Welcome. Probably been busy.
Yeah, Mike Langland had asked, there was a project challenge, everyone tried to make something with your non-dominant hand, and I said, Mike has a good take on that.
Yeah.
Humans.
Oh yeah, because I think I was talking about actually trying to work with like doing my. I probably hurt myself doing it. Wow. There's your Amazon review. Schmoke said, I'm shutting down and heading out. Thanks you for sharing Dad's workshop. Of course, Schmoke. Wish I knew Schmoke's real name, but I do not. So if somebody knows Schmoke's real name, let me know. Small Woodlock Pat, welcome. We got a new member today, right? Go back up to way back in the day. Oh, it doesn't even have that on this chat. But hold on, just left my own live stream. We got a new member today, Norm. Craig Posh from the UK. So I want to say welcome to Craig Posh, new member. I want to shout out every new member. All of the members. Mike gave some gift memberships out, but Craig joined on his own today. Mike gave gift memberships out. Sunstep gave some memberships out yesterday. I try to make you all's money work for me. Obviously, it's not working for y'all. I get that. It's a gift, and we greatly appreciate that. What I try to do with that gift is I try to keep as many of those members as possible here. And remember, this is the hub of the woodworking community here at Dad's Workshop. We're the everyday hub. We have some, like Mike has his weekly program. We stop everything to do that. And so we appreciate Mike. We appreciate the whole community. Norm, Kerf was in here. Small Woodlot, Woodshed by Dan. Everybody was a member, including My Honey's Handmaiden. I haven't seen him in a while. It sounds like I said My Honey's Handmaiden. No, not a handmaiden. Norm said I was lurking earlier while I was on the job site. Just couldn't chat. Been lurking your lives every morning. So as I said, Norm, we appreciate you not mentally being 100% at work with us. You know, like I put that in that short. I said, thank you, Norm, for watching the live stream while you're supposed to be working. You know, lurking when you're supposed to be working, like that. Norm, resident genius, by the way. Check out Norm's channel. This guy's got a amazing telescope. He's going to be able to see 3i Atlas with his telescope. That's the interstellar object that's passing through our solar system soon. I think this month, actually, it might have already passed. Norm, when is 3i Atlas going to pass by? It's soon. It was like first observed in July or August. No, hashtag when businesses start and make their first dollar, it's tradition and good luck to put your first dollar up on the wall. So when we got monetized, we went to the ATM and we took out $1. We withdrew $1 from the ATM. Yeah, I know Wes is live right now. He is doing a bathroom or something on live. That is true. Yeah, it's okay. No one can possibly keep up with everybody, and that's how it is. So, you know, we just do the best we can, right? Yeah, I got the notification too. You have no ethical responsibility to see anybody. You go to the one that you want to be at, or all three of them if you want, or any of them or none of them. There's no moral dimension to it. So I'll hate you if you leave my live stream. What does that matter to you, you know? That's my problem right there. Yep, people go live at the same time. That's how they roll. Hello, Gigi said, cool, I'm impressed. From Belen, New Mexico, USA, Della Spencer and Blackie XOXOXOXO. Hello, Gigi. And I believe Mike is not tremendously far from that area, being in like West Texas. So hello from the desert Southwest. Well, hello from the American Southeast to the desert Southwest. Yeah, I thought they were. Mike just said most of his family is in New Mexico, actually. Yeah, because I remember when he went down there with his son. So, yeah, I thought that there was a relationship there. Clovis, interesting. Yeah. There you go. So, welcome to the family. Hello, Gigi, and yeah, Mike has got roots down there too. Cool screen name too. Hello, Gigi. Haven't seen one like that. It's different. Handle screen name. What do you call it now? I just give it an AOL name from 1997. screaming. Yeah, I guess New Mexico is the land of enchantment, and Puerto Rico is the Isle of Enchantment. And these are rivets in here, these pins. There's no way I can tighten it. I can actually see like the tang on this thing is like really short, and you know, whoever factory made this thing, like it's not, the handle's not tight on it. There's probably a way I can seal it in there. I'm gonna leave this end here non-bendable. I want to just bend the top. I want the bottom rigid for now. Or maybe I'll put a couple cuts down there. Maybe I'll put a couple. Let me put a couple. Got an idea down here though. I'm gonna do the cuts the other direction. Leave a gap right here. I want a different bend on this end part than the top. I'm gonna leave this straight. And we'll put a little spot here where I'm gonna do two-sided curve cuts on that. Come on vacation, leave on probation. That's funny. Bring your bail money. Don't want it snapped though. Don't want it snapped. The tortured artist part of this is that you're going to end up with some stuff that you're going to spend time on, and it's not going to work out. I loved Breaking Bad. That was a great show, man. And it took me a while to get into it because I didn't like the actress that played his wife. I thought she did some bad acting, but then as I watched the show, I was like, okay, I get why she was, it was almost like meta. She was acting bad because in that scene she was lying. Like, it was pretty interesting. The show grabbed me, and it was a very good show. And one of the writers for that show was now from, what's his name, man? I cannot recall his name right now. Main writer, the creator of that show, Vince Gilligan. He's from Farmville out here in Virginia, in the country. I think he means Graceland, New Mexico. Should be an NM, or maybe just a mistype. Yeah, I know they've had, you know, it's been, they have their struggles down there. I can't see these cuts well enough. I don't mind any blowouts, not bothering me right now. I might want to start this down here. Keep the thing real close to the vise. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's like DC, they do their directions in that cardinal. Yeah. Makes sense. If you see steam coming up from under my bench, it is not an optical illusion. There's steam coming up from under my bench. Because there is wood under there steaming. A bunch of it, actually. I know I don't have a microphone, so I can talk a little louder. Yeah, I got a bunch of wood under the bench steaming in the steam bender. So, thanks for being here at Dad's Workshop. We're so happy to have you. Thanks to all my members in the house. Also, all my members want to, anybody who's a member in here now wants to share any information about their program, their live stream or their videos, drop that in the chat. Mike, anybody else who's up in here? Norm, got a bunch of other people in here too. Smokes out, but anybody else who's a member here wants to drop their information in the chat, appreciate you, and just want to help y'all out. Just that one a little bit. Lywood, welcome Tom. Sorry. Tom, welcome everybody. Appreciate you being here at Dad's Workshop, where we're working on steam bending wood and also kerf bending wood. Steam bending and kerf bending wood. I think my goal today was to stay on live until YouTube pulls me out of the basement. YouTube's been placing me in the basement forcefully and throwing lotion down to me. and saying it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. And I tell it no. And then YouTube says it puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again. And then Calvin says, no, I don't want to be down here. It's not okay. Sorry. So I'm going to stay on this live until YouTube pulls me out of that basement. Just want to start calling it the basement, not the doghouse. I'm being punished for doing something. I don't know what I did. It's alright, we'll just keep it up, you know? I'm not going to put the lotion on the skin, and I don't care. Give me the hose again. You know, that's where I'm at right now. Peter Stumpf, welcome. Getting out of that YouTube? Oh, we were. They stepped us back down. They shoved the door in our face. Let's get back down there. Get back down there in the basement. That's what just happened. I celebrated a little too early. Truthfully, when I've been in the basement, I've gained like 3 or 4 new members, so I shouldn't be complaining about anything. Peter, how you doing? Plywood, all of my members in the house. Dang, I just left my own live stream again. We are so happy that you all are here. So happy to be here. I'm excited every day I get up when I have this wood bending thing's been one thing I've been wanting to do for a long time. I'm a studio kind of guy, man, but my life has to be lived out in this kind of scenario. And I'm kind of all in on it, man. So if it don't work this time, that's it. This is it for me. I'm doing my best, and you know. So I left a little more material in the middle. I think though with the steam bend, I probably can get that to go a bit. And then this side maybe, let me take a little bit more, because I want to be able to play this out, twist it in multiple ways. Then I could take like a glue paste probably and put it in here. Generally, if I do something like this, I'm probably going to finish it with paint, because I want to hide the curve cuts, just bend the wood. I want to bend the wood in a 360 degree. Kind of like there's a piece down here that I turn like that. Boobity boop boop. Did y'all see? Just like cuts, lateral cuts, and it makes the wood flexible, right? Let me show you what that wood would be like if it wasn't like that. Here's the rigidity of that wood, right? This is a piece of that same wood. We put the curve, obviously the curve cuts there. Take material out, but then you see now it bends like this. But we're gonna put this in the steam bender and see if we can get it to even bend some more. Let me take this end though and cut a few more little notches down here. I am careful not to run my steam bender more than one time because it's in PVC. And I am concerned that with PVC, I may actually cause problems or whatever if I run it more than one time. Some of the piping too, I'm like, man, if that thing just sits in hot, like it's hot for a really long time, I don't trust it. That's good. Should be right? Carrie's back. Carrie's back. Guess who's back? Back again. Carrie's back. She's my friend. lot of stuff in there right now. Where's my little tongs? Oh, there they go. All right, quickly. In about 30 seconds, we need to put this into this mold. And I'm not too worried about whether it goes all the way down. I just want to put some pressure on to get a relative curve in here. So here's our kerf. We can go either way. Now this has some blow. Wow, has a lot of blowout on the outside. I still might be able to remove that. So you see how it's already got some breakout there? I think we can deal with that. It's a lot though. My goodness. I don't want to waste a mold on something that's that blown out probably. But generally, there is a uniform amount of wood that's not broken. And one of these molds have to be reimagined and fixed up so that they can yeah, I think I can still work with what's left there. I know it kind of looks ragged, but oh yeah, we're gonna go today until YouTube decides to take me out of the basement and stop throwing the lotion at me. Oh, look at that, it's working.
It does. You can you bend the arms up even more if you wanted to? I know you're doing
I
this.
gotta come back here, but I gotta do it carefully here. That was a bad mistake. I had that. You got it? It doesn't matter if it's even twisted, I don't care. I'll use it however it comes out. You can tighten your side. No? Yeah, I kind of like that three-dimensional twisted ass. The other piece came out like that too. Like those breakouts, I don't think it's gonna matter. See those down there? Yeah. I can take those off.
I'm afraid I'm getting dripped on.
Still looks like there's material after that, right?
Yeah.
Seems like I can take those. I'll chisel those away. Okay. Okay.
Kerry said yesterday Lions had an 8-hour live stream. I popped in and out so many times. It was great.
Yeah, Lions, he got endurance, man.
Somebody tell me about
Lions has. I was just thinking about that.
Mike said, you didn't need it, Mike Langland said, you didn't need that anyway when you dropped something.
Didn't need that. Is that what he said? I didn't need that anymore. That's true. That's what I would say. Like, I try to play it off, you know, in general. That's like one of the things I say. It's in my bag of excuses.
What I was going to say is, what if we just clamp it around that centerpiece and not use the bottom piece? You know what I mean? Just like, is it not? Okay.
I don't think I can do it. There's too much curve. The bottom piece is something to clamp against, you know. Now it's starting to dry up. I had it, dude. I messed it up. This whole thing about leaving well enough alone, I have a problem with. All right. you could just actually I can got these.
Abby Philbin wants to know, are you single? What state are you? But what state are you? Not in, but are you? Your physical state.
Well, my girlfriend's like standing right there.
Do you want to do it to the workbench or just to the piece?
Just to the piece.
He's in alright shape though, in general, for the second part.
What's the other part?
The other part was, are you single? What state are you in? I mean, pretty decent state.
In a good state, yeah. Well, actually in a state of confusion sometimes.
Carrie's got us.
It's not your fault. That means
You want me to hold this part? We do the clamps. You're better with the clamps. I'll hold this thing down. You want
this,
to that side?
this, you can get by stuff.
Yeah. Stuck in that holes.
Such a pain.
I just like to see what you're doing.
Alright, hold that top down as hard as you can. As you can, put as much force as you can down there. Whoops, I need to take this all the way back. For some reason, these clamps get screwed back, and then you have no leverage, you know? Keep holding it.
Can I rotate this? You can go on the other side of wood? Would that be more of a clamp?
You gotta pop out.
Oh, I mean, like on this side?
Yep, pop out, I think. I just need something to hold it for a little while. Is that working?
Yep.
Alright,
I'm
so leave it
afraid.
like that. Leave it like that.
I'm afraid.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah, small woodlot. He's in his natural state. Confusion.
Yeah, state of confusion. Under duress, I don't know. Whew.
Kerf said, don't breathe. I'd be like, go ahead.
Don't breathe. I need some new clamps. Need a whole new set of clamps.
Oh, Pat's back.
Pat, welcome back. Oh, and Pat came back the very same day.
I do like that song.
Oh, I forgot to do this one. This is too thin. Never mind that. Let the dogs chew on that one. Alright, what do we got in the chat going on here? Don't.
Plywood said I've been to several states.
Confused is one.
Yes, confusion is one. Carrie's I love the. Well, I'm getting my beard back so that those are appropriate emojis again.
Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier. We were talking about you being in dungeon. I was going to go, what was it? It was, we had a rule, no something, no complaining, no mustaches.
Yes, no,
That's a
no
YouTube.
mustaches.
No mustaches. And you can't complain to them.
This mustache is in the process of being washed away by the beard. We're bringing the beard back. Sorry, YouTube. Didn't think that removing my beard was a reason to stick me down in the basement. But, you know, whatever. See, I think, look at the pretty woodwork. Look at this awesome stuff I'm doing with this woodwork. And then people say, where's the guy with the beard?
Well, you have a good beard.
Where's the dude with the beard?
Small woodlot said he should see if he can rig up a foot pressure clamp before clamping the work pieces, something like an Amish shaving bench setup. That's interesting.
Oh, he means like a Roman workbench.
That would make, yeah, where you strap it down.
Yeah, I mean, I do know a little bit about that. Strapping wood down, of course. Oh, I just lost 10 viewers after I said that.
Yeah, Mike Langland said the algorithm does not believe it's you. You look too young now. And then Mike
Do a
made said,
flip.
do a flip.
I probably should do some pull-ups. I'm looking a little bit frumpy, to be honest with you. A little bit on the frumpy side. The next step of that person seducing me was like my financial information.
I know, it was such a scam. What state are you in?
Look
What
at
is
me. I mean, really? Come on, guys. All you need to take a second and look in the mirror when you get hollered at like that. I'm
we
doing you a favor.
all we all know a fake name when we see one.
Take a second and really think about it. You're 40 something. You got a few hairs left on your head. Hey, and there's some misspellings in the seduction attempt.
What state are you? Here. Oh, you.
Joao Batista, welcome. I think it's Joao. I don't know how you pronounce that name. That's a Portuguese name there. Yeah, you know, I always do that, Carrie. I'm obsessed with all that stuff. Somebody call you fake, Mike? Somebody call Mike fake?
I don't know.
He probably said something and then fired back. You know how they do. Over there in India on the computers. Computer labs that they be working over there. Full-time job. Scamming on defenseless old men. So, I wonder if I should do this one from the side. I got a uniform thickness on the top and bottom. I think I'm going to do that. I did see a jig the other day that was built with a set of rollerblade wheels like that, and I gotta watch that video again. I'm gonna show y'all real quick though what I'm gonna make my next.
Just say it loud because it's not going to
Yeah, no, it's gonna be really. I'm gonna have to be really loud. All right, so this drawer stock right here, this is gonna be laminated together like that, and then I'm gonna try to put it through my bandsaw and cut a semicircle out of this, right? And this will be my positive and negative, like what you see with these here, what you see with this. It's gonna be like that, and then a piece like this can go in there and bend properly. I decided that this drawer stock plywood would probably be good. It's already cut to the right dimensions, it's already square. All I need to do is basically laminate it and then cut it, and we're good to go.
I'm
Was
not
it in
thinking
any
any
way
of the ways.
deer?
The deer
Include the deer in there. So with these next ones, what I'm going to do is actually use this mold here. And I'm going to take this out, so I think I need to work on something here. I need to take one of these and like take material out of it. So I gotta find an angle at which I can approach this. Hopefully it'll go into my dice here. I need to clear some space out of this piece here. Yeah, this I already played with.
I know, it's really broken. I'm gonna fix it, but
I got that
I'm
plastic.
Gonna from you.
I didn't do anything to it. Dude, the plastic bushing, all I did was move that camera. Don't. So small woodlots at a tapered router bit or hand. Actually, you know what? I probably could use my router on this, man. I just take some material out, kind of by hand. It might be the way to do it. I need to take a lot of this material out from a chunk of this middle section here. And I don't know, but I gotta get it flat too. So maybe against the bench is a better idea.
Just need this.
I don't know how they can build stuff like this. Let the buyer beware, dude. Someone said, "Oh, your Jeep lasted 325,000 miles. That's good." Well, I just paid it off, you know. So, like, $50,000 vehicle, I feel like should last longer than you just paid it off. So,
Harry said, is there a reason you don't have a Mox and Vice? Do you like them?
like a woodworking vise. I mean, I like one. There is a reason. I don't have the money. That's the reason. Right now, you know, everything is on a $0 budget.
Pretty good for a $0 budget,
yeah,
though,
man,
right?
Pretty good for a zero. I did that as a teacher too. Everything I ever did as a teacher was on $0. I never asked the school for money. I used my own money. I just was like didn't want to deal with it. Didn't want to hear no. I wonder if there's a way I can clamp this down and get. See, the problem is with a router is I can't clamp this, and so the router's going to want to throw this piece of wood.
Yeah, that's the only reason, Harry.
Yeah, it's
No,
financial.
not preference.
Yeah. Also, when I got this vise, this was a gift from Chardonnay, I think.
Yeah.
So this vise came, and it was really good because it continues to be good because it should show the audience what you're working on. But it is mostly financial. Yeah. I can't afford it. I know. What? Yeah, that's fine. You can turn that fan off now. Yeah, man. I got 3 children too, and I don't live with them. And, it's you know, there that goes. I'm not gonna get into that. Router. I kind of got to get this done fast, guys, because my steam is running out of steam. I'm so trying to fix it again. Probably epoxy resin with one of these two in the place, but I'm try to squeeze this with this vise, and I don't know if that's going to happen. Oh, I got a lot of equipment in my shop, Mike. You know, what particular do you got questions about? I don't have lots of power tools. I have hand tools, so. Take you a little, you know, it's kind of messy in here. I would take you on a tool tour. Maybe I should do that next time. What are you curious about there, Mike? We'll take any questions. I don't want to start pulling the camera off and getting my camera out of place. So let me know what you want to know about, and I'll tell you anything. Mostly hand tools here, Mike. This WD-40 my right, so a little smoother there. Seems to work a little bit. Huh?
hear you on one side.
Okay, yeah, Mike. That's fine.
Okay. I got you one of these too.
Thanks. I was thinking about making a suggestion, then realized that I have no clue what you have.
Did you see his earlier question? He asked, he said,
That
new here, don't want to pry, garden the pun.
yeah, but
What equipment
that's
do you
a
have
really
in your
general
shop?
question. I just
He just means tool wise. He doesn't want to ask. He doesn't want to
I
infer.
have a 10-inch bandsaw, right? I have a beam saw. That's probably my most heavy piece of equipment. I have a DeWalt surface planer, like a residential quality surface planer. I have a DeWalt circular saw. I have a Black & Decker router. I have a set of Narex chisels. I have a pretty much a set of Robert Sorby framing chisels that you kind of see behind me. These are Sorby chisels. My mallets I made by hand. These planers that need some work, especially the one that's most recent. These planers, some of them come from my great-grandfather. The other ones are planers that I bought. I have another electric plane over there that I need to rewire, and a number of other electric tools that I rarely use. A couple of different chainsaws. I have these are tools. I try to use everything that I have that's necessary into making a project. But I'm not gonna rush to go get a tool like a table saw. I need a table saw, but I can't afford one right now. I also have a belt sander, like a benchtop belt sander, and various other hand tools around, draw knives and measuring tools and things like that. Nah, get out of here. It said that. Told you, man. I'm in the YouTube basement, man. My favorite tools are just my hand tools, like this hatchet I have here, the hewing hatchet that I got from the Southwest in Virginia is one of my favorite tools. My Robert Sorby framing chisels here. These are some of my favorite tools. I've built huge pieces. I built both my bunk beds with my hand tools and just a few, just a little bit of help from power tools, beam saw, circular saw. My favorite power tool is my beam saw. I'll show you that. Yeah, YouTube's got a hard on for me right now, man. That's what's going on. And I'm forcing it right now. It's just forcing a square peg in a round hole. This is my beam saw right here. It's my Makita beam saw. I'm really proud of this tool. I love this tool. It's how I make large pieces of furniture. I think deck builders use these a lot. You could probably mill a piece of wood with this if it's thin enough. Very heavy. It's about 28 pounds. So that's what I cut big beams with when I'm trying to make, when I'm doing mini timber framing stuff. And then a number of other little stuff, got a hand tools like this is my adze right here. I like to say it kicks adze, right? My adze. Draw knife with bark on it. See it? Thanks. We like hand tools here. No problem, man. Let's cut some into this because I'm running out of water in my steamer. It's gonna stop soon, and I need to take some of this material out. Use my bigger saw here. I'm going straight through the end grain here, so probably the rip side here is what I want to use. So you see what Mike was saying?
Oh yeah, you said your screenshot.
This is what I mean. It's like not normal stuff.
Oh, I know.
It's not normal. So do I need to talk to like their support people?
But that's the thing is that we know that we can't talk to them.
Yeah,
If we do, they kill us.
that's right.
At least for all the short
Put me
videos.
back in the dungeon again.
At least today, Mike was able to find us on the
Yeah. Oh, this is a Japanese mortise chisel. That hit you?
No, I hit myself.
We do power tools, just not. That's not my. But there's a lot of other channels. Mike does power tools. A lot of these other channels got table saws and all the power tools, and that's a saturated, very saturated niche, man.
At least Mike likes it.
Mike does different stuff though. Like he works with what he's got, right? He makes tools. So, but like running a wood shop and building, like here's one. I made $700 on the 2x4. You know, like that is everywhere. I could try to do that. That's what everybody. That's what YouTube would want me to do. Put a bunch of dollar signs in my titling. I made $500 off these two 2x4s. Okay, great. Oh, that's what you say. That's what you'll convince the YouTube public that you did. Doesn't somebody have to buy something for it to be worth that? What something is worth is what only what people will pay for it. It's like a principle. It's a principle of supply and demand. You know, it's a principle of economics that what you say something is worth, someone has to be willing to pay that for it. So when you go and you Google what projects sell, and that's like the #1 SEO for woodwork. You want me to teach you a little bit of woodworking SEO? You guys want to go start a viral channel? Top 100 woodworking projects that sell like hotcakes. You're gonna make millions. You're gonna become rich being a woodworker. Good luck. You may be one of the first. You can be rich becoming a builder, a carpenter, a constructor, you know, construction person. Woodworkers make like between $30,000 and $50,000 a year on average. And then people will argue with me about everything until their face turns blue. Top 100 woodworking projects that sell. Watch my numbers go up right now. Yeah. Yeah. Tech, power tools, great. Yep. A lot of people in there. Yeah, some of those top 100 woodworking projects that sell guys told me I would never make it. They said it's not for everybody. So I might have quit if it wasn't for that. So thank you to those guys. These woodworking projects will make you 6 figures. There you go. SEO optimized. Nah, YouTube's not pranking on them, man. he's not able to get into my live stream because YouTube put me into the basement, and they don't mind doing this with people. It's like gaslighting, media gaslighting. They've done it to me before. They did it for a whole month of July. Now I'm just like, I'm forcing it. Like, I don't care. I just keep doing stuff. Cream's going to rise to the top. They can try to stop me, you know, for whatever reason. I have my theories on why it's happening. I've seen it happen to others, but only for a couple of days. For me, it's a month at a time. It takes me a month to get out of the basement, and then my progress is gone, and I have no other job, right? So I depend on this for income. They think I'm in here playing, and they put me back on the algorithm. Like, you know, we'd like to show some other people. Okay, well, I was depending on those 100-some views a day, and now, you know, 100-some concurrent viewers. Now you set me back to whatever you got me at now. I got to work my whole way back up. Makes me discouraged. It's very discouraging. Very discouraging. Now, I'm not going to complain anymore about that because I'm in here. Small Woodlot said, with all the different things I get into, I may have to change the name of my channel. Well, you could start a new channel too. I don't do a lot of that. Heather be starting new channels all the time. Don't hit metal with your wooden mallet, dude. All right, so I took some material out of that. I'm hoping that that's enough. I can't take much off the side or it'll start getting weak. But I'm curious to see whether that will actually hold a piece down in there, in the mold. Because all I needed to do is hold it down in there. Hey, hey, hey. Almost out of the basement. As soon as they let me go up to 100, I'll know I'm out. Nope, 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 nope. Push him back down there. Get back down there, Calvin. It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again. You don't exist. 2 views. Check out my last video. I got 25 views on it. Everybody in here gets more views on their shorts than I do. Everybody. Everybody. Oh, yeah, I love those guys. Very interesting. But at the same time, whatever. All right, let me get my stuff out of here. Like, I'm getting one of these steam vent things out of here. I'm going to put it into this vise. But I got all these cameras in the way of the thing now, so I got to move some stuff to make sure I don't drop saws on myself. You can make $500 off one of these pieces of steamed wood. Wait, and I'll show you how. First, like, subscribe, and share this with a friend. I've optimized this title just so you'll pay attention for 15 seconds. That's all I need. Get you in the phone.
Session.
Uh,
Mike Raven said, "There's your thumbnail."
it's always a vent session for me, man.
It's Virgo time.
Uh-oh, I just lost my viewers. I need my tongs.
Where are your tongs at?
Pilato. Now I gotta use my backup. Oh, here they go. Wes, what's up, buddy? He was on the job there for a minute, I know. I thought I had a whole bunch of stock in there, but these do look like they're going to be good here. Very bendy. They may snap though, right? Remember we had some snappage? Snap.
There's your highlight.
Told y'all, man. I did my video when I said stick around and see if they snap. I wasn't just lying about that. I might not do this one because this one snapped on me already. I did, like Wes told me to take some of the material out of this, or suggested I should do that. Yeah, and I did, but I need to cut one into the actual negative section too, the female part. What I think we might do with these though is, like you said, just work it around this piece here.
Can you clamp them together?
Probably. This is kind of breaking right here. There's a weak spot right here. I gotta let go. I think right here in my bench. Hold that for me for a second. This is kind of what they came out like before. It's breaking. It's breaking.
Maybe it's not wet enough.
It feels like it dried out already.
I know, that's how I feel.
This one may do better. There's a bit of an.
Those pieces to your left look great.
Thanks. Yeah, those ones came out with the kerf cuts in them. Came out pretty well. I don't want to push this more than that, like that right there.
Clamp the bottom part, like this part of that side, to something, and then we go. From there.
Yeah, I should be able to do that. I'm trying to think of how. Oh no, here we go. Put it in the vise. This is the problem when you got maintenance issues. They get in the way of you effectively doing things. Yeah, no, hold on. Grab that side. Grab that side. Yes, it is the plywood. I need a long clamp. Hold on to that. That one doesn't look bad. We can get it to hold. Hold on, man. Just doing all this stuff is taking away from my complaining. Anyway, butt hurt because I don't know. I don't like this one as much. I started to bend it here and it took its form and held, but yeah, I might put it back in there because I don't know if it's snapped yet. It might still take a bending right there. Yeah. So that's where I said I cut it so close. There's like less than a millimeter of material. When you do these back and forth cuts, you got to be careful that you don't. I basically left no material and it created a weak point. A jig is the best way to approach this, but if you can eyeball it, it is possible.
It is. Before Smoke said it's like those snakes.
Yes, it is like those. It is like those. Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, they are very fun and very interesting. I was thinking about that while I was doing it. Yeah.
That's how we got into 3D printing because now they 3D print the things that.
Yeah. What ideally I wanted to do was be able to bend in 3D forms like this, right? So I'll take that off because it's broken. But yeah, so I have this other one here actually has another set of cuts in it. I might still be able to manipulate it, but yeah. This is plywood from the drawer. Yes, everything's experimental here. That one's not too bad for experimental. We got that one spot right there. We could glue that up though, right? Probably while it's setting is a good time to glue it up. And then you don't have compression here, and you don't have tension here, you don't have compression here. You can see it forms a decent arch. This is the only spot I'd be concerned about.
Do you go a clampy on it? Or can you glue it up actually in that form so that it glues up while it's drying?
He said, there's your thumbnail. Mike said, yes, and this is the plywood. Yeah, I think I am going to actually glue this right now. I don't know if I want to use this bottle or my other bottle. I have a bunch of sawdust too. This is a situation where sawdust glue does help kind of close those up. I got some fine sawdust, but I think it's mostly cherry, so it's not going to match the tone of this.
You can see how the grain is stripped.
Yeah, so all you're seeing is that veneer on the outside though, because all the grains go in different directions on the inside. That's why you can't bend plywood with just steaming. You have to kerf cut it. You have to
See the
yeah.
It's interesting.
It is very interesting. I think Wes and I were talking about it on the phone for a minute. Then somebody talked about how they bent. Have you ever bent plywood on the site? And I think they asked Wes that. And I was tempted to bring up that, and I brought it up that skateboard ramps are all bent.
Yeah.
It's 1/4 inch plywood that's bent to shape, right, of a frame. I'm gonna clamp it down. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna clamp it down with a hand clamp.
You can squeeze some glue right in there, like on the inside of it.
I want to shim though, and I don't want to glue the shim down. Probably the best thing to use is parchment. Yeah.
You can use a plastic bag right here.
Maybe that may stick though. I found like latex rubber doesn't.
Yeah, a glove out here somewhere.
I have a piece of.
There's a glove on that WD-40.
Yeah, and I see a piece down here too.
Or painter's tape. I think it's painter's tape. Pat said, I would have thought that you would relief cut using a tapered bit in the router. That way, clearance is clear and can match. Bend until the void.
Well, hold on. That's a lot. I would have thought you used a what? First of all, I hate routers. So,
Using a router bit. That way it's
would relief cut using a tapered bit in the router. This way you. Yes, I think probably your best bet is not a router in this case, but a table saw, right? And a table saw, you're cutting perpendicular to the table saw with a fence. The fence is setting your depth. You have your table saw set down to very, very small right here, right? 1/4 inch, and you're running your piece over the table saw repeatedly, right? So you need a wall. Your wall on your table saw needs to be a specific spot. And I think it's a jig that you need. You're moving the piece down, right? And the depth is set by your table saw blade. You know, you just raise it or lower it. Now I hate table saws, but that's the most effect. I was just telling Sunstep this morning that I need a table saw for those type of cuts. My bandsaw is not cutting it literally. Yeah. Every day. Well, 6 days a week. Yep. Yeah, so 6 days a week, usually about 10:15 till about noonish. Today I'm running a little longer because I'm trying to get YouTube to pull me out of the basement. So I'm like forcing them to like, yeah, like look at me, look at me, look at me. Hey, I'm the guy in the class raising their hand, and then now I'm standing up raising my hand. Oh, 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 oh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's me.
I love when it goes from silly to serious. Drop your face. How's that go?
All right, Pat. I have to watch the replay of that. Bye, Pat. I always love your input, man. Couple more things I want to do. Just a couple more. All right, Mike. See you later, bud. Thank you, Mike, for being here. Shout out. Thank you to everybody, too. 40 likes, man. If y'all could double tap that screen. This piece I'm really happy with. You see, I got like a 3-dimensional curve out of it. Where's my other thing? What? Mr. Cotter. I don't know if anybody saw that Celebrity Boxing where they put Screech up against Mr. Cotter in the ring. Screech beat the mess out of that dude. Like, he was there to prove that he was not like the character he played on TV. Rest in peace, Screech. Now, the two options for these pieces are to incorporate them into the design like this, which I don't hate, right? And this design has to be trimmed up. But the other possibility is they act as a base because it's not even at the moment. And I'm wondering if they should have, these will sit nice and flat on these edges. So that's the one more thing I want to do today is kind of decide what I'm going to do with these two pieces here. I think maybe we're better off with them being incorporated into the piece, right? And then I will make separate rings by kerf bending that will go around the bottom and hold the whole piece, right? So I want something to go around the whole bottom and hold the piece together. The idea is kind of like a prototype for what I want to build as a lighting feature, but I don't need a function for everything. I think sometimes stuff, like I love art, all kinds of art. Sometimes an abstract piece is what grabs the attention of a kid or a person in the room. They think about it, they look at it, they think about it later. They don't even know they're thinking about it. Think of something you saw when you were little. One of those very famous pieces of abstract art, it's like these black metal plates, and they're actually suspended from the ceiling. It was in an office building that my dad worked at when I was a little kid. And I remember seeing it and then going through an art book and seeing it in the art book. And I actually was throwing paper airplanes in that office building between that office and the one across, and I landed a paper airplane on it on accident. Yeah. So I remember looking at that thing in a book and was like, that is a unique piece. Took up the whole center of this entire building, you know. So art emplacements. Yeah, I get it, guys. Yeah, we're gonna let y'all go. I'm not gonna keep you on the hook any longer. We are live 6 days a week. Carrie said, do you think that you will need to bend each cherry piece at a different bending point so that they will fan out? No, I think it seems like you just arrange the bottoms of them in the right spot and they'll kind of take the shape I want. I'm just working with each bend. And yesterday you saw me kind of working on just cutting up the ends and stuff and making them look different. So I think if I understand your question, you're like, do I need to bend them differently? No, I think I just attach them differently on the bottom and they'll find a different spot of the structure. And right now, although Heather took it and put it on her head like a crown yesterday, and I thought that was kind of cool, like a wood people crown, you know. It does kind of have that look. My only concern, I know it'll make a nice piece. My only concern is finding something that will hold it very level at the bottom and then connecting the pieces in a way where they're firmly connected. You know, not as much using as little glue as possible. I don't want to use glue to hold this thing together. I want to use joints. So I'm going to cut angular joints and stuff through here to connect them so that they will form a unified piece and hold the unified piece together. But some of that stuff I have to imagine off air.
Look, if you make it a crown, say this is the crown. You can give it horns.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It can go the other direction. I envisioned it kind of the other way as well, or with pieces going the other way.
Or if you're even doing, say, because it could also be a wall sconce basket, and now you have a hook.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that's to make it functional, but the curves can work opposite each other.
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing now is playing around with bending and seeing how it behaves, right? You have to know how wood behaves in a certain way. Like, before I built beds with all wood, I had to play around with joinery and make things out of joinery. And Then I was able to, without plans and without convention and without anything but what's in my head, and then some math that I ran, I was able to build beds with no nails, no screws, no fasteners. That came after doing stuff like this with wood. I have to play. That's how I learn things, right? So in order for me to learn something, I have to be free with it and experiment. Then I can get rigid later. Starting with the rigidity is hard for me because I can't have fun with it. And so, like, if I was to start by going to buy I need a table saw now. I gotta go buy one, and I need one, right? I'm only going to Lowe's and buy a plastic table saw, right? I go to Lowe's, I buy a plastic $600 table saw, and I come back, and then I still don't have a jig, so I got to build a jig that's gonna effectively make these curve cuts in exactly the spots that I want them in. So it doesn't solve my problem, though. The problem is that I'm not sure I want to do it yet, right? If you don't want to build a jig, then you're not really ready for the stuff that the jig builds, you know? Right, and I'm ADHD like a lot of folks out there, right? Also doing, I think somebody was asking me about bonsai. Follow me on Instagram. I got my bonsai I started on there. If you're interested in bonsai, and I don't have Sunstep on here. I know he likes bonsai. I think she's probably talking about that statue, the art emplacement. It's a famous piece. It was large pieces of maybe fiberglass molded, and then they were held by invisible-ish wires. There were large wires, but it looked like it floated. Large flat platforms. Very famous piece. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. It was in DC at the what's that Senate office building? I can't remember the name of the Senate. It's one of the 3 Senate office buildings up there where it's in place. Yeah. And I was in, his name was Senator Rudy Boschwitz. He used to be the senator of Minnesota. I was in his office and I was folding paper airplanes and throwing them across to the other office. I was told that if you throw them across and if I land them on this secretary's thing, they would pay me some money, like for irritating the person. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I was doing. And the senator, of course, he's a senator. He's not really ever working. He wasn't in his huge, beautiful office all day. So all I did was play around in this guy's office all day. He had literally like 20-foot tall ceilings in there. Yep. Anyway, y'all, love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Do the next right thing. Check out my shorts. Check out my live. Follow me on Instagram because I'm like a loner. I have nobody who follows me on Instagram. Nobody. I'm in the Instagram basement forever. That's forever. This morning I was pretty sad about it. Topiary. Okay, that's like hanging plants, right?
It's like shaping the things out.
Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, that's fun. Edward Scissorhands. Yeah. Yeah, I did some of that when I did hardscaping and landscaping. I like plants a lot, so. All right, guys, love y'all. Have a good rest of the day. I don't know if Wes is going live again. He's at the work site. He may go live. Check him out. Check any of these folks out. Mike may go live. Carrie, thank you. All my members, become a member today, right now. Become a member. Join our family. We do members only chat a lot of the time. And yeah, Carrie has beautiful orchids. Yeah, you guys should definitely. Yeah, both you guys with the orchid content. Yeah. So I'm just starting bonsai. I'm gonna do a couple junipers here soon. Love y'all, man, and find me on Discord and we can talk on email too.